All right, BD family, welcome to another edition of Webinar Wednesday. It is fantastic to be with you guys here today. We have got a lot of great updates to share with you. Also see a lot of new names and faces here in the webinar. So hello to Beverly, Benjamin, good to see you. Alex, Gio, nice to see you in the webinar. We've got a good friend Lindsay here from the UK, great to see you. Molly as well. Mookie, we haven't seen you in a while, welcome back. Glad you could join us today. If this is your first time joining, welcome. I am Jason there on the left, and as always, we're lucky to be joined by David Rockland, the digital strategist, and so much more here at BD. David, thanks for taking the time to join us today.
Hey everybody, so glad to be back with you for another Webinar Wednesday. Really looking forward to diving into this one and answering your questions.
Yeah, we'll have enough time in this webinar for a lot of Q&A, so if you have questions about your site, please save them. You know, one of the things David helps us out with here is helping us stream the webinars live on YouTube. So we are streaming on YouTube. Those of you joining us from YouTube, welcome to the webinar. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I certainly invite you to do so. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/YouTube. It will direct you to the YouTube channel where you can subscribe. It's a great way to get updated as soon as the webinar replays are available, tips of the week, feature tutorials, and more. And also another perk of doing the YouTube Live is immediately after the webinar, we will post the replay in the Brilliant Directories Facebook group. I also invite you to join us there. You can head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook and hit that blue join button. All are welcome, lots of good discussions in there, lots of BD All-Stars and veterans and lots of new people joining us there. You can ask questions about growing or starting your site, marketing your site, if you need feedback on your site, or just even a single landing page that you created or an offer. The community is super helpful. I'm in there myself, so definitely invite you to join us there. And we do see a lot of familiar names and a lot of new names joining us today. Welcome all. Just a little bit about Webinar Wednesday. The BD team is busy pushing updates, week after week, and shout out to the BD community. A lot of them are suggestions from you guys in the Facebook group or what you report to the support team, so thank you for that. So what we like to do in Webinar Wednesdays is share the updates that provide you with actionable ways to grow your online community. So some of these updates will help you increase your website traffic, convert visitors to members, identifying new revenue opportunities. One of my favorites, as I always mention, improving the website navigation. So if you have questions on any of these topics or anything about your membership site, please save them. We will have plenty of time today to help you with your site and answer a ton of questions today. And before we dive into the Q&A, just going to share some notable BD Lab updates. Just a side note, besides what we're seeing on this screen here, we actually have a lot of small patches and fixes that are in the queue with our development team. So they're not really, fancy updates to share that have all the pizzazz as some of these or things that more people are excited about. But there are a ton of updates coming down the line that will help continue to help make the software stable, more secure, and just continue to work as expected. But here at the top, we have a couple new things to mention and some items that are coming very soon. Right there at the top, the ability to search for duplicate member values. So if you're wondering if two of your members or more of your members have the same phone number or the same email address or the same IP address that they signed up with, you can now search for them in the admin area and take action if you need to. So this is a great way to just kind of moderate the members on your site and see if there's any similarities between members where there shouldn't be. They should be unique and things like that. So let me show you where we can see that. Just give me a moment here. We'll go to the dashboard area, and under search members, we'll see a new search filter here for your members. It's called Find Duplicates. This is a test site we have. There's just 13 members on here. Actually, I'm not sure. Let's just search for email. So all the attributes here that you can search for are the same as the attributes you can export or import members with. And if you've added custom attributes to your site for member data, it will be listed here as well. So I'll just search for email here. And again, I should have tested this before, but we can search the site and see who has duplicate email addresses. And here we can see, actually on the webinars, we hide the email addresses. That was a bad example, but these two users have an email address. This is a test site. I'll just go ahead and click the quick edit so we can see the email address here. And this is sample3@sample.com. And let's check out this guy's. He is also sample3@sample.com. So we could see it works nicely here. What I'm most excited about this feature, we can get rid of this here, is searching for the IP address. The origin IP would be the IP address they signed up with. So if you do a quick search on your site and search for origin IP and just hit this search members button, you're going to see all the members who signed up from the same IP address. So if your site may be receiving unwanted signups, you can identify, to find any anomalies or things like that where the members are signing up from the same IP, and that could be an indication of spam or unwanted signups, and you can take action that way. There's two IPs you can search. There's origin IP, and I believe there's login. There's a login IP. None of these members have logged in. It's a sample site, but if you search for IP, if you do space IP, you'll see the login and the origin. So again, that's a nice way to see who's maybe creating multiple accounts on your site from the same device, and then you can take further action from there. All right, this next one here is related to the digital products add-on. If you're not familiar with the digital products add-on, it's a great way to sell additional one-time services or ebooks or other things, event tickets, whatever you can come up with to members or visitors of your site. There is an option to set digital products to $0 or use coupon codes for digital products that will effectively bring the price down to $0. In those cases, those quote unquote transactions were not being listed in your admin area in the transaction history or in the member's dashboard under their transaction history, even though it was $0. Now it will display, and that's important because the admin of the site can create lists of people who purchase digital products. Before, if they were $0, you wouldn't be able to create them, add them, include those people in your list, but now you can. And also earlier this month, last month, we released additional actions for the members where when they purchase a digital product, even if it's $0, they can always revisit the success page, resend the confirmation email in case it included important information and other things. So this is going to close the loop for people who purchase digital products and the price ends up being $0. They will have the same functionality as people who purchase digital products that actually have a value. All right, this next one here, also related to the search members. It's not released yet. This one is coming soon. These next four below me are coming soon. This will allow you to search member IPs by their country. I do have a screenshot of what that's going to look like. So again, back to the search members, this is a mock-up here. What you'll have is a user IP country dropdown. And what it's going to do is search the join IP or the last login IP address, and you can search by country. So again, if you're seeing that, and it'll show you where people are signing up from as well. So you have a quick visual. It's going to actually, here on the side, it's going to have the country name right next to the IP address in the final release of this. So you'll quickly be able to see where users are signing up on your site. Now, unwanted signups can happen in many different ways, and sometimes they use VPNs, so they're kind of spoofing their IP address, they're showing a North American IP address and things like that. So it won't pick up things like that, but hopefully this can help you block or find or identify at least 90% of the unwanted signups for your site. Also good is if you're an international site, you'll be able to quickly see where the large majority of your member market is. So if you're an international site, you might start seeing trends, people joining your site from the UK or wherever other countries that you didn't think or expect to happen. And then you can start catering to those members if that's a positive thing that you're seeing for your site. All right, next one down here. We went back and forth on this one, also coming soon. A lot of you know we released the ability to access stock photos directly in the admin area and on the front end. I know for me and for other people, it's been a total game changer. Instead of scouring the internet for photos, you can quickly find photos right in the BD platform. We added 3 prior libraries, Pixabay, Pexels, and Giphy. Giphy's the one that has the funny animated ones. And the last one we're going to add, which actually is, I think, the premier one out of all of those, is Unsplash. It's just going through another final round of QA with our team, but just Unsplash has 5 million photos available. So effectively, with all the libraries combined, all BDers will have access to over 10 million images directly in the BD admin area and on the front end when they have the add-on for the posts, for the stock photos for the posts. Next one here is about sorts and filters. This month, we're doing a round of updates, adding more sorts and filters inside the admin area so you can more easily sort and filter forms in your forms manager, members, your categories, web pages, smart lists, and more. I have a couple examples to show you on that. For example, here, this was actually a suggestion in the webinar. When you have the profile statistics or the bookmark favorites add-on in the search members page here, a lot happening in the search members here, you'll be able to sort members by most views, least views. Those are the profile views. Most likes and least likes, those are the bookmarks. And also on the web page builder, you'll have more sorting options and things like that. And last one here, for custom forms on your site, we're going to add a visual display of the submission count for each form. I have a mock-up of that. So when you're in the forms manager, you can see your custom forms. It will actually show you the submission count. If you click the button, it will take you to the area to show you who submitted the form. So if you have an ebook download, it'll take you to the forms inbox filtered for that form. So you technically can still access this, but it will make it a lot easier here to just get a quick visual, especially if you're creating landing pages with lots of different offers or forms or applications or quizzes and things like that. You'll get a quick snapshot here. And part of the sorting that I talked about before is when we release the more sorting options, we can see here there isn't much sorting available for the forms. You'll be able to sort forms by their nickname, their short code, last updated, date created, and of course, when this is released, the submission count. So a lot more functionality here. I think the sorting is going to be a good quality of life updates here in the platform. Other than that, like I mentioned, ton of updates coming down the line, some big, some small. I know a lot of people are excited for the email newsletter update. We are pushing for this month for a release or as soon as early April, but we are actively working on it and we are super excited about that one. Before moving on, I guess we can move on. We don't have a tip of the week this week, so we'll just move on to the questions and answers. If you have a comment about any of these lab updates or question, please feel free to share or ask. But this is the portion where you can raise your hand or type in a question, and we can help you out with your site. And maybe you're stuck with something, maybe you're trying to do something, maybe you have a marketing question for your site. I'm happy to take any questions and help you guys out. So let's see who's got their hand up, and we could take a few questions here. And also, if you're joining us on YouTube, feel free to type in your answer, and we'll just read it out here in the webinar as well. All right, Beverly says, not a question, but thank you for making this 1 hour earlier than usual. Oh, it was daylight savings. You can thank the government for that one. We didn't really move it, but I get you. All right, thank you, Beverly. All right, Don says, hi, Jason. Hi there, Don. Good to see you. Sean's asking, any word on when the ability to purchase email addresses, phone numbers for easy import feature will be available? Yeah, we are looking. The email newsletter update is taking a little bit of precedent on that currently, but we think we're going to get to that by April. And what it's going to allow you to do is search business records by their category. I think to start, it's going to be US records only. I think it's going to include Canada perhaps, but you'll be able to search business records by location and category. So if you want to find dentists in Houston, then you'll be able to import them into your site. I don't think it's going to include email addresses, but it will include phone numbers. So this would be a good way to populate your site and actually visually have the data on your site. It's great for starter sites that just want to look seasoned and more established. So to answer your question, Sean, I'm looking forward and hopeful for maybe an April release on that. All right, Felipe has a question. Wondering if anyone has created a Zap and Zapier that can take the lead form info and create a contact in HubSpot. Felipe, you can certainly do that. If you want to unmute your mic, we can kind of direct you on how you would do that. But let me answer your question real quick. You could do that with a webhook. Let me show you how. If you go to Developer Hub and click on webhooks, and let me search for lead here. Here it is, Felipe. So if you do a lead submitted and create a webhook for that, so your trigger in Zapier would be a webhook, and it's going to include all the lead information in that webhook. And I do have a blog article I can share. We didn't do it on the lead form, but the same thing works when it's submitted. So that when it's submitted from a form, the data, and from there you can then, with that trigger, the webhook trigger, with all that data, then you can create a contact in HubSpot. So let me just go to our blog here. And that is a good question. And let me search Zapier here. It's going to be a bunch of them, but let me find the article for you. Remember, this is the inverse. This is creating members from Google Forms, also good. This is just showing a few integration examples of Zapier and BD. Here you go. This will show you send data from BD to MailChimp. So in this case, with this logic, Felipe, with the same methodology, you can send your lead match form data to HubSpot. So you can follow this video here and just do it for the get matched form and HubSpot. So I shared that in the chat there for you, Felipe. And Brian B's got his hand up. Let me unmute your microphone, Brian.
Hey,
how's it going? Good, good. How you doing?
Good.
Thank you.
I had a recommendation. If you go to the admin panel, and then if you go to settings.
All right.
And then general settings.
Okay.
And then social media tab.
Okay.
So you know how like you guys have like the images here or whatever?
Yes.
It'd be cool if you guys could implement something to where we could actually upload our own little images to this section. So that way like we wouldn't have to customize like widgets and stuff.
You know, it comes up quite frequently. I got you. Add button in admin to add a social media image plus link for custom social networks. I got you. That's a fair suggestion. It comes up quite often, and it would be much better than editing the widgets and adding them in there.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Let's see who else has their hand up here. All right, good friend Steven. Let me unmute your microphone, Steven.
How are you, Jason?
Good, Steven. How's everything with you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Hey, yeah, I was looking on Google at some of my registrations for my physicians, and it's not saying their specialty, and yet we coded it in there that it would show up, you know, when they did a search, when somebody did a search, it would show up a city and a specialty, you know, plastic surgery or what have you. And some of the Googles that I'm listings on the pages aren't showing up that plastic surgery listing.
Let's take a look together. Which is the site? Remind me again.
Boardcertified.com.
That's right. All right. So let me just take a look at the site real quick. Make sure you can see my screen here. Yes, you can. All right. So you're doing a Google. So what are you searching in Google? Give me a term to search.
So let's say physician name, and it would be Stephan, Stephan Fox, Fox, and that's specializing in plastic and reconstructive surgery.
All right. Oh, I spelled that wrong. So, okay. So Stephen Fox, plastic and reconstructive surgery. Now let me look for you on your site as well. Let me go back here. And you're talking about, you're referring to the profile page?
Yeah, well, I'm referring to, so yeah, if you can search on me for that one, on the name like that, and then you'll bring up a profile page, you know.
Okay.
Palm Beach.
The Palm Beach one is Colorado's.
Oh, no, you spelled it E-N, it's A-N.
Oh, excuse me. All right, let's over here too. Okay, so there we go. Let's click on, click on this here, this profile. Okay. Okay. So Stephen Fox, MD and FACS. And over here, let's see if we can get the result. What I'm going to do is just search Stephen Fox board certified, just so we can get the result, so we can see what's happening. Okay, so this would be the profile page. Let's click here. and that is the same profile page as here. So as far as the title, it's showing Stephen Fox Physician, Board Certified Physicians. And you're saying it should show what here in the title?
Plastic and reconstructive surgery.
Okay, let's take a look at the source code and let's look at the meta title here. So here you have Stephen Fox Physician as the only meta title. It's not displaying the subcategory, the specialties here. So give me 1 second here. Let's take a look at your SEO template for that. Give me a moment. This is a good question and a good topic. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into your site here, and we'll go to my content. We'll go to SEO templates, and the profile page is SEO template 100, I believe. A member profile main listing. And let me check one thing actually. It seems to me you may have added a custom SEO. So per member, you can, if those of you don't know, you can modify the, oops, let me go back here. You can modify both the URL structure for a specific members page, as well as their title, meta description, etc. So just what I quickly want to do is check here and see if that may be the issue right there first, because you haven't customized your, what I was checking is if you customize the member profile SEO template, and you haven't. So it should be actually a longer one, but let's go here. It's not finding that. Let's go here, Stephen Fox. I think the commas and stuff may have messed that up. Let's see. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go to quick edit, and I'm just troubleshooting here to see if this may be what happened. Under advanced options, those of you who don't know, you can add, for developers and designers, you can add custom head code here, footer code, custom CSS just for a specific profile page. This is the URL, you can customize this. And here I'm seeing meta title SEO. Yeah, this is left untouched here. So what we can do is, that's not the issue. We're gonna go ahead and customize the member listing profile page SEO template. And here we see a lot of percentage signs, but effectively what this is saying is use the full name, the profession name, which is their top level category, and the industry. The industry corresponds to the websites. Let me just share this with you guys. Corresponds with the website's industry name. So it's physician here. So this person, Stephen Fox, let's see what this is again. There is no top level category selected for Stephen Fox, or it's showing that there's no top level categories shown for Stephen Fox, which means that there would be no subcategory association, but the subcategory is not even listed to show there. So let's do another thing here to troubleshoot. Let's log in here. It does show the category physician. Let's log in here, and I'm going to ask the chatbot something. There is a way to do it. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what the variable it is. It's going to take me a little longer to get it. It's just escaping me right now. But there should be, that's not right. There should be a variable. But what you're going to want to do is, and I'm going to do this for you, is just customize this here, the profile page template here. Let's just save this. Okay, let's just put doctors for a second. Or let's do this website name.
You know, it is interesting on a lot of the Google searches, it comes up physician two times on the search.
All right, it did say that the template exists. Let's see where it might be. Something's amiss here. It's not showing template 100. It said that it's customized. Let me see why that may be. Here it is. It has your template listed as 505. Okay, this could be a hint as to an error with this. Let's see here. So here's what you have. You already had it customized on your site. It was just number 505. I was searching by the number. So you have full name and profession name. Profession name is their top level category. So what you would need to do here is simply insert the subcategory variable. Again, it's off the top of my head. If you want to ask in the Facebook group or the support team, we can get it for you. But I'm just going to put like board certified here just to show you that it will affect this. And I'll save this. And if we come back to the title here, we'll see that it should be listed here. There it is here, board certified now. So we just need to get that variable for listing some subcategories of the member, and for you to know It's in your SEO templates. And from what I saw, it's number 505. Yeah, you have it listed as template ID 505. So you're going to want to edit this and simply insert the subcategory variable here in the meta title. After a few weeks, after Google crawls your site again, and sorry it took so long to get to this point, but after Google crawls your site, it will start updating the titles in their search results. And it will help with some SEO as well, because you have a more decorated title with some important keywords for that member.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate your help, Jason.
Okay, you're welcome. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Okay, good question there. Thank you for going around the world with us, guys, on that. It just takes a little bit of troubleshooting sometimes. We got more hands up here. We have Carolyn here. Let me unmute your microphone, Carolyn. How are you today?
I'm good, Jason. Thanks so much. And just it's a follow-up to what you were just discussing. For the URL profile page for SEO purposes, do you know if there's any reason to add in like the state abbreviation versus the state spelled out completely, and the same for country? Like, for example, PA, and also add in that URL Pennsylvania.
So short answer, URLs do matter for SEO, for search engine optimization. Google is smart enough now to distinguish between the two-letter abbreviation for a country or state versus the long form. I personally don't necessarily think you're going to gain more SEO points using one variation or the other, because Google already understands what it's supposed to be. I'd say when in doubt, use the long form. But again, I think they're looking more at the content on the page and the context on the page around it for SEO value. The shorter ones are obviously better for sharing the URL, and that has inherent value in of itself. I don't think it's going to tick the needle much one way or the other.
Okay, thank you so much.
Great, good question there. And yeah, what she's asking is, you know, if in the URL it says United States of America versus just US, again, United States of America is very long. So actually, that might take away from other quote unquote keywords that are in the URL. So there could be an argument for both. Do you have the shorter one location name in the URL, but if there's an emphasis on the member's first name, last name, company name, or do you want to have the longer one, which is more literal because you're actually spelling out Florida as an example, as opposed to FL. So Google's pretty smart now. That same thing with images and stuff like that. Image file names don't matter so much. They know a lot of images served on sites are coming from CDNs. So it's not necessarily about the image file name. They're looking at the content around the image for image optimization. They will always say the URL structure does add to SEO points and value, but the weight of it, I'm not entirely 100% sure on. I don't think it matters as much as it did, for example, 10 or 15 years ago, because Google knows people just game that stuff and they'll just keyword stuff it and things like that. So they look for other indicators when ranking pages and ranking images alike. And Felipe's got his hand up. Let's unmute you there, Felipe.
Can you hear me?
How you doing? Where are you calling in from?
Hi, I'm in Chicago.
All right.
So thank you for the resources on webhooks. I'm actually on that page now, and I found lead submitted, front end forms. But under webhook link, it just has some kind of I guess placeholder text on there. So I clicked enable webhook is on. But do I need to enter in like the HubSpot URL or something, or what do I put in there where it says https://example.com/webhook URL link? So
let's go there together. Yeah, maybe we can go to your site. We can help you. Are you logged into Zapier now, or just looking at the videos?
I'm not logged in right now. I'm just looking at it right now. So
great. All right. I'll get logged in real quick. Just give me a second, and I'll show you what I'm referring to.
Because I already created an API, and then I have within Zapier, I have Directories and HubSpot already in Zapier.
Perfect. So that's a good thing. So the trigger is not going to be Brilliant Directories at all. It's going to be webhooks, which is their own product. We do have triggers that are specifically Brilliant Directories, but webhooks are a more universal method that a lot of companies use who don't make explicit triggers for Zapier. So I'll just go to create here, and we'll go to Zaps. And I think this account has it. They changed their UI a bit. So let's go to trigger, and I'm going to type in webhook. Webhooks by Zapier. Okay, so event. So what you want to do is just catch hook, and we'll continue. And you don't need to pick off a child key, just hit continue. And what they're going to do is give you this URL that's a copy. So just copy this. If you go to your site and go to webhooks, and go to the lead submitted form, and put this in and turn it on and save your changes. So now what you want to do is you want to go to your site, like the front end of your site, and actually let's do it together. Actually, now that I've technically added it to this site, you want to submit the lead form once. So it's going to do a test that it's actually catching the data. So I have a lead form on this site. Let me see if I recapture setup perfect. So I'll just put Jason at jason.com 555. Reply to me on a Sunday at 10 a.m. and we'll put 90018 for Los Angeles. It says, I need a plumber. If I could smell it right. All
That's
right.
fine.
And let's send it off. Okay. So what's going to happen now is this is going to process. Okay, your message has been sent. So we're going to come here and we're going to test the trigger and see if it caught anything. That's why they say catch hook. So here we go. It caught it. It said, this is the form, bootstrap get matched, Jason. This is all the info, Sunday at 10 a.m. So obviously from here, we can then type in HubSpot and we'll hook up your HubSpot. But what we're going to do is create contact, right? And there, and that would be it. Or update contact. Okay. Yeah, one of those.
All right. Yeah, that webhook was the missing piece. So yeah, I tried testing and stuff. Nothing was happening. So yeah, that's
catch hook, like catch Captain Hook, and then copy, and then just like skip the pick off child key, and then copy that URL and paste it into your thing and turn it on. And actually, that was pretty quick. That we did that in a few seconds.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, good question there about the webhooks. Yeah, webhooks super powerful. Allows you to transfer your BD data, form submissions, activity, things like that, and shoot them off to other platforms. All right, we got our good friend Lisa here. Let me unmute your microphone, Lisa. All right, how you doing, Lisa? Yeah, a little soft, but yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, hi. I am from Tampa, first time actually attending a webinar, and I have a question. Hi, a question about sub-accounts. So I have two members who have sub-accounts, and I have the parent account hidden, and I can't really see from when I log in as a member how they can tell that that main account is hidden.
How who the sub account can tell?
How the member manager can tell that their main account is hidden. So for example, I have a company called Florida, Georgia RV Repair.
I got you. We can add an indicator. That's actually a good suggestion. So can we check out your site real quick? Would that be okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, what's the site name?
It's called myrvresource.com.
Okay. What I'm thinking is we'll add it in, but which member is a parent account that I can just quickly get into real quick?
Type in Florida, Georgia.
Right here, Florida.
Yeah. So that one is the sub account. So this is a quick. So this is good. So if you do have these sub accounts, and let me just take one quick step back, so people might not know what we're referring to. There's an add-on, in just one minute there. There's an add-on which allows one parent account to manage additional members on the site. So you can have a parent account, and it's a talent agency, and they can create profiles for all the talent on their site. I'm just going to drop a link here in the chat. So I'm going to pop this in here. So let's go back to your site now. So what's cool is you can quickly see who the parent account is and click this, and it does a search. So you can search members by their ID. You can do #426. And I guess it did the same thing. Let's see who here's the main account holder, 426. And it says they have 5 sub accounts. So let's log in here. And I think we'll do this. We can put an indicator or badge here saying parent account hidden or something like that. And I think that's what you're after.
Yeah, because he's got, so basically when he looks at it, he thinks he has 2 listings in Tallahassee, Florida, but he has one hidden account because he's the dispatch guy. And then he's got, and I'm not sure even if it should be set up that way, but maybe another question would be this then, Jason. Can I hide? I know that I can hide parent accounts per membership plan because I've got one set of parent accounts on VIP, my mid-tier, and one set of parent accounts on Premier. And I can't change them based on that, right? Like, okay,
no, per membership plan, you got it. You can set, and we'll just go there together. You have the right, you have a good grasp on it. Yeah, per membership. So we'll just go to your Premier 5 to 9 listings, and we'll come here, and it's on it. So if you want all the parent accounts for all your membership plans to be hidden, yeah, you would come here under sub accounts and you would hide parent account. You have it, so you would do that for all your membership plans, or if you don't want to hide the parent account on certain accounts, but it is per membership plan, yeah.
Okay, that was actually the question. It's per membership plan. I can't do it based on account, right?
On an individual account, no. It would, currently it's based on membership plan.
Okay, and just to keep it consistent, I think that's why we set it up that way, because one wanted to be hidden and one didn't want to be hidden, and I said, let's keep them all the same across the board. So yes, I can see it on the back end where it says, you know, that it is the parent account, but they can't see it on their member dashboard. So yes, having a badge there would be fantastic to say, because people can see that account, right? You know, like if they sent somebody a link to that account, they could see it.
Here's something you can do. I see you have some custom member dashboard stuff here. You can, let's just go there together, actually. You have this, you've added this here. You could very easily just put a note. I'm going to say, you know, you can pretty it however you want. You can just say parent accounts hidden. Just for now, you can do a hidden on site and save that. I'm not going to save the changes, but you have the dashboard header. You could just put that there however you want to do it, and it'll display here just as a quick note for them when they log in.
And that would show up only for them if they have sub accounts?
Well, if the account supports sub accounts, you could just say, like, if you have this is it's a parent account, so just that listing itself will never, even whether they created sub accounts or not, their profile won't show up on search results, whether they have or not. You're basically hiding the parent account, period, whether they've created sub accounts or not. Does that make sense? So because you have hide parent account, whether they've created the sub accounts or not, the parent profile, you know, the main profile is basically effectively hidden from search results at that point.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay.
You could say, like, this is a parent account. You know, whatever you can figure out here for the text, like important. You know, this is a parent account or whatever, primary account, and then say and is not searchable on the site and is not searchable on the live website. And you can instruct them, you know, create sub accounts, and you can link to, you know, this area here where you create sub accounts, you know, and you can highlight this, create sub accounts to have searchable listings on the site. So this is actually not a bad way to do it. And then you just hyperlink this. Where's the link here? To the page where they would just, you know, go ahead and do it. You want me to just save it real quick and remove it after so you can see kind of what it would?
I do want to see it because now it's muddy in the waters. Now I feel like it's going to be on all, it's going to be in that widget.
It's going to be for all your Premier 5 to 9 listings. So none of the parent accounts that are Premier 5 to 9 listings, none of their parent accounts
will be shown. Okay.
Yeah, you can say, because this, yeah, so you could say if this is the primary parent account, you know, whatever you want to say, but let me just you can work on the semantics or whatever, but let me just quickly save this. I'll remove it after. But now if we come here, it's going to be plain text, so you can jazz it up and, you know, whatever. But it says here, you don't have to say important. You can make it like a positive thing, like a friendly note, you know, if this is the primary parent account, it's not searchable on the live website. Create sub-accounts to have searchable listings on the site. And if you click this, it's here. So
Okay, that's a good workaround for now. I like that, but I'm gonna give.
Yeah,
I think having the badge built in would be best.
I think so as well. And it only shows on the parent account, so the sub accounts are not affected by anything. I wrote it down here. I think it's a fair suggestion, and it creates good context and indicator, so the parent account knows it doesn't confuse the parent account holder.
Yes, exactly. Okay. And I just have to end my comment by saying, because Ryan Sullivan's probably here, and it's me and him working on all these customizations, and he was the one who was like, you know, we really need to do this or do something. So shout out to Ryan.
Yeah, no worries. So Ryan, if you're listening, you can basically search for if the user has a parent account value, because we know that there's a parent account associated. So if they don't have a parent account value, then we know to show that message. That means they are the parent account. So you can do a little PHP there, Ryan, if you're listening. All right. Well, your site's looking great. Thank you for the question.
Thanks, Jason.
All right. Good stuff there. All right. We got some more hands up here. So that was Lisa. Let me just close some of my windows here. All right. We got Clayton here. Let me unmute you, Clayton. You may need to unmute your microphone as well.
Hey, how you doing? I'm still a newbie, Jason. I just need a little help removing, you know, on the tab where it says your best directory.
Let's do it. What's your site name?
It's still down.
Oh.
Well, you know what? You can actually look at my church site, giftsoflifeministries.com.
All right. Let's see. Okay. So let me go to the front end of your site and let me know what you're looking at, where you're looking to change stuff.
Just, you know, you see where it says member directory up top? No, go up top, right there. No, up, all the way up.
Up here?
Right
okay.
there.
So let me move it to another. So you're talking about the here. So this is really simple, actually. If you go to edit static page.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know how to get this admin bar here, right? When you click the orange button from your admin area, that's how you get this little admin bar on the side. So if we come here, that is your home page. Let's go to the web page builder real quick. I'll show you how to do it from the admin. So you come to home page, and if you scroll down, not scroll down, go to SEO settings, and right here, so it's good SEO questions here. So you can, because the variables are here, so when people start their BD sites, it's dynamic. If you put dentist or whatever in your general settings, it fills in here, but you could just delete all this and type what you want to type here for your meta title. So on your other site, so here it says profession directory. Where that's coming from is here. If we go to your general settings, you have member as the quote unquote profession right here, profession name member.
Oh, yes, sir.
And so that's it saying member directory. So what you want to say is, what are you trying to say here?
I just want to for it to say gifts of life. Gifts of life.
Okay. Gifts of life. You want to say the whole thing, what you have here, Gifts of Life Ministries?
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And we'll delete everything else. We can spell ministries correctly. I'm telling you, spell check and all this stuff makes your mind lazier. It doesn't help you. It's like I just plan on spelling things wrong and then just fixing it with a right click. But so here we go. We got Gifts of Life Ministries here. We'll save it, and let me open this in a new tab, duplicate. And now it says Gifts of Life Ministries here, and you can add more to it. You know, you can say official website, you know, things like that, since you're just putting the name of your business there. So you can do things like that. And of course, the description, go ahead and write, you know, just a sentence or two about what your website's about.
Hey, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do you want to have official website on there, or just keep Gifts of Life Ministries?
That's fine right there. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Good question there. And this, again, the same methodology works on your other web pages. You go to SEO settings and you can customize the title, description, and keyword tags. Bonus, and he's already taken advantage of it, you can add a social media share image, and it will attempt to use this image if that specific web page is shared on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. All right, and let's just refresh here, make sure we're seeing official website, Gifts of Life Ministry official website. Very cool. All right, thank you for that question. And let's see if we got Got Roger here. Give me a second, Roger. I'll unmute your microphone. There we go. How you doing, Roger?
Great. How about you?
Good, good. Thank you.
I wanted to first thank you. I just finally launched 3 of the sites you've been helping me with, and they have taken off, and they're just wonderful. I'm just thrilled with you and the whole team with helping me get this going. So I'm ready to start on 2 more.
Fantastic.
And these are going to be completely different rather than chambers of commerce. I've got a guy that's a realtor, wants to sell or list his homes. The other one is a yacht broker who wants to list his boats. And I thought, as long as I'm here before I get started on that, do you have any tips? Like, should I change the name of the entries to, from members to something else? Or what kind of experience have you had with listings like this?
So yeah, well, we could focus on the yacht one. So it's going to be selling. It's going to be kind of like an auto trader for new and used yachts or boats.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I've seen a few sites like that. So, and then is it just for purchasing or is it like leasing? I'm not familiar too much. Is it always outright purchasing?
Yes, they're planning to list boats just for sale. Yes.
Perfect. So yeah, what you're asking is a great question because the terminology you use helps dictate the brand's voice and persona and things like that. So members might be a little too broad. What I'm just, my first intuition is you have a marketplace. You're going to have yacht buyers and yacht sellers.
Correct.
So what you might want to check is a website like AutoTrader, just because they do it for cars and kind of just for ideas. They have sell my car and then searching for new and used cars. And then of course you just search based on criteria and you might not, you could just call them like, you could just call them users maybe. I know that's generic like members, but members might be like they feel like they're joining a community where in this case they may just need to create a user account to do certain actions like reach out to the seller, so like create a user account or something. You can come up with something kitschy, something cheeky, but I would use sites like AutoTrader or Kelley Blue Book or other sites where it's classifieds for yachts and see what they're doing with their terminology. If we click sign in, let's see what it says for create an account, sign up. It just says sign up for an account, like create an account. So that would be like being a user and things like that. They're not really calling them a member, which is fine.
Where do I go to change the name member in there? I know I can find it if I go in and dig around, but I haven't started with that yet. So I thought if there's a quick, you just have a sample site that you are working in there that you can just show me where that is.
Yeah, great question. Let's have this sample site here. And in the admin, it's going to continue to say member because you're the owner of the site. You know what they are. But let's log in as someone here and see where it says member. Went here, membership plan, my dashboard, managed listing. Yeah, I don't know if it explicitly, see it says view listing here. So, if dashboard, if we go to the text label, and when you launch the site, you can peruse the pages of your site, like sign up as a member yourself, as a free account or whatever. And you can always come to the text labels. Are you familiar with how to change text labels?
I haven't done it yet.
Okay. This is really important to know. So this says like member ID, right? Oh, there we go.
Okay.
So this says member ID here, right?
Yes.
So, okay. So I just talked about this admin bar here, right? So there's a real cool trick here. So if you come here and click on show text labels, and what it's going to do, a lot of the text here is dynamic, and it's actually missing this one, but we can see here the label for, actually this should be lit up and it's not, so actually, but you see all these yellow ones here? You can just toggle over here, and let me search for member ID. Here it is, member ID number. And you could just change it to user ID number, or whatever. Let me just save that. It should have lit up here in yellow. I'm just going to make a note of that. It's obviously on a webinar, so member ID number not highlighting.
Okay.
Okay, but now when we come here, and then I'll remove the view. Now we have user ID number 16. So change membership plan. You might want to change. Well, you might have different membership plans, right? But you can use the text labels, and then that's the way to do it on the front end of the site. If you come into the back end and go to text labels, you can just search things like member. Now, if we click on text labels again, since I changed it, search for member. You see now it says user ID here because that's what I did on the front end. So instead of become a member, you could say like create an account or register an account. Right, you don't have to use the word member. So so yeah, that's how you can change the language around your site.
Okay, that was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck with your sites. All right, great guy there, Roger. Let's see, Tony's got his hand up here. Unmute your microphone, Tony.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
Pretty good. Thank you for joining the webinar.
Hey, I have a new site that I haven't launched yet because I'm trying to work out a few things on there, and most of the people that come to like the site, I know this from other sites, is from mobile. So the question I have is like, I just have just the generic kind of local, community theme. Okay. And so when you search the top category and then you search so like when you click on that on mobile, it kind of pops up the keyboard. Now I know there's where you can actually start to type in to bring in the top category. So I took that out, and that kind of actually works pretty well. And I did that for the subcategory. But then when you select the subcategory, it still pops the keyboard up. So the problem is it moves the keyboard up and down. So it's very hard to actually, select a subject.
I think there's an advanced setting for that. Can we check your site real quick? Is that okay?
Yeah. And the other thing, and I was just trying this on the sites that you were just going through, and I kind of saw the same thing, but I went to AutoTrader because I was wondering, how they do it. And they have the same thing where you select, a category, but then it pops up a different type of keyboard or not a keyboard, but a different type of menu that makes it very simple to select. And I was wondering if there's a way of, if you know how you would do that, and maybe that's what you're about to go through.
Yeah, I'm not exactly familiar with how AutoTrader does their thing, but let me just search for an advanced setting real quick. And let me see here. So let me just be clear. Let me just make sure we're on the same page here. Let me set this site up here, the sample site, to have the top and sub-level category on the home page.
Yep.
So just give me one moment, and we'll do top, sub, and sub here. Okay, perfect. So what happens is if I type and I search restaurants, yeah, this one, see, it didn't jump to the next one automatically. On the keyboard, you're saying it jumps to this one and opens it up?
No, what happens is like if you don't do anything to it, then what happens is when you touch, because it's on a mobile, you're using your finger, when you touch it, the keyboard pops up, and then it's difficult to select anything that's in there because you can only see like one of them because the keyboard's.
Got it. So you bring up, so when there's a lot of categories on a site, there's a keyboard here. We see the cursor in there, so you can type in, I do see what you're saying now. So you can type in cuisine and filter it pretty quickly. Let's go to our demo Bootstrap site.
Right. So what I actually did was I took that keyboard part out, and it actually works really well. It doesn't pop up the keyboard, but there is still one part that does pop it up, and I'm like, if I can get rid of that, then, because most people, like 80% is coming to the site through mobile.
Yeah, I'm with you. Advanced setting to remove. Yeah, I'm with you. Can we check out your site? Maybe we could help you get rid of that last keyboard. So let me just make a note here. Advanced settings to remove keyboard input on. Those are called select twos. Those ones that let you filter by keyword into the dropdown. Yeah, I see like this. Yeah, go ahead. What's your site?
It's discovertitusville.com.
All right, so let's see here. Discover.
So like on a desktop, it looks beautiful, and it looks beautiful on mobile too. It's just like when I'm trying to, and I tried have my wife run through it, and I could see that she was like having the same kind of issue that I was worried that would be an issue. So anyway.
Yeah, I'm with you. So now you just mentioned a good point. Like maybe you just want to disable it on mobile, disable it on desktop, or just always disable that keyboard. Okay, so thank you for this. No, this is a good thing. So let's take a look at your site here. And we have this here. Yeah, I see you got rid of that one. So shop services. And this is gone here too. And how did you get rid of that? With CSS or what'd you do?
Yeah, I just did it with CSS. I just did display none.
That works perfect. And where are you still seeing the issue?
So where the issue is when you click on the top category, perfect. When you click on the subcategory, perfect. But then soon as you click on the subcategory, the keyboard pops up instead of just staying down. And then you go to hit the search now. The keyboard pops up. I'm not sure why it pops up. There must be some type of input still in there.
Right.
But so it's kind of working pretty well now, except for when like I said, it just pops up the keyboard and makes it a little confusing, but at least I got it to the point where it doesn't hide it. Like it was hiding all the, subdirectories.
Right. There's a way to fix it actually on your site without like a customization or anything. Can you ask it in the Facebook group? So
Sure.
That way I can, or also the support team.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Good stuff there for Tony. Yeah, the site's looking great. Yeah, it's looking real nice. I want to come visit Titusville. All right, and let's see who else got their hand up here. Our good friend Brian B's got his hand up again. Hey, Brian.
Hey, how's it going again?
Good.
When she was talking about subcategories and sub accounts earlier, it brought another thing to my mind. I know that you cannot have like different membership types across the subcategories. Yeah.
Right.
And it would be great if you could do that, because like, for instance, on a site like mine where I have like, maybe you have like a bar and they have a bartender, and then they also have a promoter, and then they have, like different types of people that work there, and I have different types of accounts, if that makes sense.
Right. So you'd want to have like different input fields for each of them, or?
Right. Well, I already have all of the different accounts set up, right? So I have all of them to where they've been set up for years, right? So I'd have to redo everything if you guys made it to where I could have different sub accounts or different membership types under the same sub account.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, actually. Our difficulty with this has always been where the parent account signs up. Let's say they even sign up for free and it's a hidden parent account. So they sign up, they have a hidden parent account. So basically they have nothing on the site, no listings on the site. And then they need to create a sub account and sign up for a paid plan for that sub account. And then now they're managing different paid plans for different sub accounts that they have, or they've selected a free plan. This logic of a parent account signing up other sub accounts for membership plans and then potentially using different credit cards and things of that nature, that's really where our roadblock has come with being able to do that so far. A lot of people have mentioned that they want to do that, and our fallback, or they want to charge per sub account, which I think we are going to move forward with, because right now people are doing what that RV website was doing, where you can have access to 5 to 9 sub accounts or 10 to 15 sub accounts, as opposed to paying per sub account. So right now I don't have like a solid answer for you. There are everything we just covered. Those are 3 different things, like the pay per sub account, having different membership plans for different sub accounts and things like that. It's just additional logic that we'll probably build in a little later down the line.
Yeah, it would be great, the pay per sub account, because, like say you have Applebee's, right? And they sign up and then, they might have like 100 locations. Whereas if you have like Dave & Buster's and they only have like 50. So like, then you have to create a different membership plan for up to 50 and then another one up to 100 and et cetera, right?
Exactly. So I think that one is actually a little easier for us to execute on, and might come a little quicker than selecting different membership plans for the different sub accounts.
Yeah, I mean, I add them. But I think I do it like through the database or something like that. So that way I have them under there, but they don't function as well as they could.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you bringing it up. Yeah, there's definitely room for additional functionality there. As we're seeing you're using it, other sites are using it. So, yeah, we'll pick and choose, but we'll try to do the most important ones first, or the low-hanging fruit first as well, as far as updates for that.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for mentioning it. All right, and we got our good friend Bill here.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah, how's it going?
Good, thanks. So I have a question. I've got an Ask the Doctor section on my website, and it's where if patients or potential patients ask questions, the paid members, they get sent an email and are invited to provide an answer to it. So I've got a bunch of these answers already on the website, but under the Ask the Doctor section, how do I change the way that they're being presented? Because right now I got the oldest ones on top from 2021. I'd like to have that flipped.
Let's check it out. What's your site name?
It's uppercervicalcare.com.
Okay, let's take a look together.
And the page is Ask the Doctor. It's in the main head.
Okay, let's go there together. And okay, nice pop we got there. That's good. So Ask the Doc.
Yeah, so if that comes up, so you see here the first one here, it's 11/2/21 when.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do? Yeah. So what we're gonna do is this is one of your post types. So I'm gonna go to My Content, Edit Post Settings. Let's search for that one. Ask the Doctor. Let's click on Edit, and we'll come here to Search Results Design and Additional Settings, and we should have an option here. Order results by earliest date last, which is not what you're doing. Let's just flip that for real quick and see what happens here. Yep, it's still not affecting that. Let's check one more time. This is where it would be. Let me do post ID largest to smallest. That would be also sequential order of which one. Let's see if that ticks the needle here. That is not ticking the needle here. Let's check one more thing here. That is what would normally control the order here. Let's edit one of these. I want to see what the field it's being saved as. Might not be saving it. Might be a custom field that was created and it's not saving the correct date attribute. So that's going to be called, what are these called? Patient questions. Okay, so patient questions are right here. And let's go ahead and edit one of these. No, wait, actually, I don't even have to go that far. You see here, the create date is empty.
Yeah.
It's not, maybe it was a custom form that you did. And
it was a custom, somebody custom created this for me.
Okay. However, what I did on the sort by post ID, that should have worked. So let's just quickly see here, and let's update the form so you start saving the date. And what I'm going to do is they're basically community articles. So let's just quickly hold on, I'm getting a little discombobulated. Okay, so what we're going to do is see the form that's being used, which you're using the member articles form. Let's go to edit that. And let's see here. I don't see really anything custom here. It's just the title, the tags, and the content.
Okay.
You may want to, let's come here, feature articles. 2016, it says. So a long time ago, this was edited and modified. We may want to just set the default form, to be honest. I don't think it's going to change what's being inputted. We could do a quick test right now to make sure that the title and the content is remaining here. And that would mean that we can use the default form. So what we'll do is we'll come back here to Form Manager. We'll just search this form again. I'm going to disable it, the customized form. I'm not going to delete it. So I'm going to disable this form. But that seems to be the issue. It's just not saving a create date. So it's kind of complicating the sort there. So if we come back here to the form, we should see that it is disabled now. So now it's using the default form. I'm going to open a duplicate tab here. Okay, great. This has the category. You can keep the category or remove it, up to you.
You can keep it.
Okay, so it is saving everything here. Let's just quickly create a new post as a test.
So was that category not on the other one though? Because if you could probably remove it.
The category was not on the other one. The category is coming from here. It looks like you wanted it to be here. It's under your post categories. You have all these categories listed here for this post type. I think keep it because
go ahead. That's cool.
So let's just quickly create a test post. We'll delete it after, and we'll see if a create date gets created. So I'm just going to call this create date. We'll quickly remove it from the site.
Sure.
Create date is the content, and we'll do a category asthma, and we'll save the changes. Okay, and we'll go back now. This has a create date now. These don't. These other ones.
Got it.
But what I'm thinking is if we edit, let me just edit this and save it again and see if it creates the create date here.
Right, we'll default back to that main field, that new form then.
Yeah, it didn't. Create date is when it's initially created. However, they all have a post ID. So the sorting by post ID should work for you. I would create a support ticket and tell them that you're sorting these from by post ID. And that would be sequential order still. So let's actually just look at your Ask the Doctor, see if this is there at the top now. So, okay. So what you should do in this case is your form is corrected now. Let me delete this. And what I would recommend is to give you some direction. Sorry, let me close some of these down. Okay, in your search results design, tell them that you're ordering results by post ID, largest to smallest, and it's not respecting that.
Okay.
And they'll get that sorted out for you.
Awesome, thanks for your help.
You're welcome. Good site there, looking good. And guys, I think with that, we're just a little bit over time. Tons of questions today. If we didn't get to your questions, please ask them in the Facebook group. It's been really wonderful being with you guys here today. Excited for the lab updates that are coming soon. And again, if we didn't get to your questions, please share them in the Facebook group. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook, and we will post this replay on there in just a few moments after this webinar. And for those of you who joined us on YouTube, thank you so much. We recommend subscribing to the BD YouTube channel, brilliantdirectories.com/YouTube. The next webinar will be in 2 weeks. We look forward to seeing you there. On behalf of myself, David, and the entire Brilliant Directories family, thank you so much for joining us. It's been awesome. Have a great day and a brilliant week. Take care, guys.